What's up, YouTube? What's up, squad? It's your boy TG. Welcome back to another video, guys. As you can see by the title, man, we jumping straight into it, man. Last night, your boy was reading. I learned the little important things about financial literacy and why it's so important, and just the truth about money. First couple pages into the book, bro, my mind instantly changed about money. But with that all being said, man, let's jump straight into the video. Okay, guys, let's start off with the truth of money. The truth is, too many people are focused on money. It sounds crazy, bro, but hear me out. You know what they say? Knowledge is power, bro. What we have up here, like I said, is one of our greatest tools, guys. And we all should know that, man. So if you really want to make money, and I'm not talking about, one comment paycheck money, bro. We need to feed this up here, bro. Make this powerful, bro, before we can make that, large amount of money. I haven't got a chance to apply this to my life yet, of course, because your boy just started reading and taking notes and everything. So here in a couple months, man, when your boy starts his 90-day run, I will be creating a step-by-step guide for myself and everything. I'll follow that on my 90-day run step by step and see if it works and apply it to my life, bro. So like I said, too many people are focused on money and not their greatest wealth, which is education, bro. A lot of people argue about this topic, and here it goes. If you think money will solve your problems, bro, you're in a rough ride. I'm sorry. Coming from someone that I don't have, I'm not a millionaire. I'm 19, bro. I haven't made tons of money. I just do pretty well for myself. What solves those problems, those money problems and things like that, financial problems, is intelligence. Intelligence solves problems and produce money. And money without that financial, literacy, is money soon to be gone. For example, guys, you see those, lottery winners, those NBA players or whatever athletes that go broke years down the line after having millions of dollars. You can have $1 million, but if you don't have the knowledge and intelligence to know what to do with the money, straight down the drain. And you back to where you started at and where you did not want to be. And here is something else important to know, guys. It's not about how much money you make, bro. It's about how much money you keep. And just if you want to be, rich or whatever, or just be comfortable in this life, with money, bro, it's important to be financially literate. That is your foundation to becoming, rich or wealthy or whatever the case may be, bro. Just having that knowledge and intelligence is what will be your foundation. If you pour a big foundation of concrete in, there's no way your empire can crumble, bro. Most try to build an empire on a 6-inch concrete slab. But an empire takes tons and tons and tons of concrete to make a big empire. So what is our concrete? Our concrete and foundation is our financial literacy and our knowledge on money. Rule number 1, man, and this is the only rule. Actually learn the difference between an asset and a liability. And guys, I drew some pictures, and instead of just talking, I can show you guys visually, bro. It's better for people to, and it's easy to learn visually, bro, instead of just a whole bunch of words. And here we have our income statement box, and our balance sheet. It's good to know the relationship that they share with each other. And here at the top, we have our profit and loss. That's also, our income statement, and it measures the income expense of money in and out. And we have our balance sheet, which is supposed to balance our assets against our liabilities, okay? And remember, guys, an asset is something right here. Assets put money in your pocket. It's that nice and simple, bro. It keeps money in your pocket. As you can see, our asset flows right into our income box. It doesn't flow out of our income box. It stays in, bro. It only makes you money and just improve. Here's our pattern flow of a liability. And remember, guys, like I said, an asset is something that puts money in your pocket, whether you work or not, and it constantly builds regardless of anything. And as you can see, a liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. Those bills, those expenses, those car payments, stuff like that. Credit card loans, all that bullcrap. Our liability, notice how our liability does not flow into the income box. It flows right into our expenses box and flows right the fuck out, and you never see the money again, and you don't know where it went, bro. If you want to be rich, spend life buying assets. If you want to be poor, like the middle class and our lower class of people, keep buying those liabilities, those clothes, those, all the bullcrap, the flashy jewelry, all that bullshit. Buy those things. Literacy is important. It's all about words and numbers, bro. Like I said, pouring that strong foundation. And now I'm going to show you guys the difference between, the cash flow patterns of certain people, bro. Poor people, middle class people, and rich people. As you guys can see, this is the cash flow of a poor person, man. They have that job. It comes through our income box, which is your salary, your payment, paychecks, or whatever. It goes straight to our expenses. Rent, food, clothes, transportation, and things like that. And it goes right out, nowhere to be fucking found. And of course we have to pay our bills and money or whatever. Of course we have to pay our bills and have food on the table and clothes on our body, of course. But I'm talking about, them unnecessary clothes, expensive clothes that you don't need, bro. That extra food of eating out and, fast food and things like that. But this here is just an idea of expenses and where they're nowhere to be found. And notice, it does not flow nowhere near our asset box at all. Here at the top, we have the cash flow of a middle class person. Of course, we have that job, our income. It goes all the way to our liabilities. A middle class person, they done went to school, law school, whatever. They have that school loan, that credit card debt on top of the mortgage and all of that. Boom, where that goes? Back to the fucking expenses and right out and nowhere to be found. Poosh. This game is all about numbers and fucking words, obviously. And it's important to learn how to, deal with numbers. And if you guys didn't notice by now, bro, that work hard mindset, bro, will get us nowhere. And all that efforts will go to waste if we know nothing about financial literacy, bro. If you really have no knowledge on these things, it's pointless to keep working hard. That's why it's important to know how to work smart also. At the bottom, we have the cash flow of a rich person. Our income sheet and our balance sheet, of course. Listen, we start right off with the assets, my boy. We start right off with the assets. Intellectual properties, bro. We got, notes, real estate, stocks, bonds, all those good things that we're investing into. It starts with our assets and we go straight to our income. What's creating our income? Rental properties, dividends, building interest, or royalties on things. You see no arrows in these taxes or anything because them rich motherfuckers, they don't pay them taxes for real, bro. I'm telling you, bro. When you rich, bro, you get away with a lot of other things, man. But yeah, as you can see, a rich person strictly worry about these things, bro. Their assets and their incomes, bro. I'm smart enough to know that I will still handle these things. As you guys can see, we did something a little different today. We was more hands-on with things. And also, I am learning this too, so we just learning this together. And I'm just coming on here, showing y'all what your boy learning and teaching you guys also, if you want to be honest. This is very important, bro. I was reading this book, bro, and it's definitely changing my point of view on money and things like that. I'm going to keep this going, learning about money and stuff, because this is very important, bro. This type of knowledge is not taught in schools or anything like that. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. This is the end of the video, man. I say man too damn much. It is what it is. But this is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I taught someone something today. It's your boy TJ, and I'll see you guys in the next one.